The xenobiology bonding arena of the Galactic Academy was built to intimidate. 3 kilometers wide, enclosed by layered force fields and armored alloy walls, it had been designed to contain creatures that could flatten cities or poison atmospheres. Every cadet who stepped onto its steel floor knew this evaluation determined their future. Fail here, and the academy doors closed forever. Instructor Carvex observed the assembled students from above, his insectoid frame looming over the arena rail. His multifaceted eyes reflected the nervous shifting below. 200 cadets. 40 species. Each one carefully selected from the best their civilizations could offer. All except one. Cadet Elias Ward stood alone at the edge of the formation, hands clasped behind his back, wearing the same regulation suit as everyone else, but marked by the unmistakable insignia of humanity. Whispers rippled whenever someone glanced his way. Humans had joined the galactic community only decades ago. Their reputation was already fixed, adaptable, emotional, reckless, and dangerously unpredictable. No pheromonal control glands. No telepathy. No biological augmentations. Just soft bodies and stubborn confidence. This evaluation, Carvex announced, his translator buzzing with metallic authority, will assess your ability to bond with a xenobeast under stress. You may use your species' traditional methods. Failure equals expulsion. Energy gates hissed open. Creatures emerged from containment one by one, scaled nightmares, multi-limbed predators, psychic entities that distorted light itself. Some roared. Others hissed or phased through the floor. The arena filled with tension and fear. Cadets sprang into action. Valari students released calming spores. Mindborn reached out with disciplined telepathic focus. Tech symbiotes activated neural dampeners and control rigs. Across the arena, bonds slowly formed, fragile but functional. Carvex's gaze fixed on the human. Cadet Ward, he said coldly. Your creature. A reinforced gate trembled as it opened. What stepped through made even veteran instructors stiffen. A Dreadmaw Alpha. 4 meters tall. Bone-plated hide. Eyes glowing like burning embers. Its species was classified as uncontrollable apex predators, no recorded successful bonds in galactic history. Murmurs spread. Carvex's mandibles flexed in something close to satisfaction. Humans lack the tools for bonding, he announced. No psychic resonance. No chemical interface. Let us observe how instinct performs against extinction-grade evolution. The Dreadmaw locked eyes with Elias. It lowered its head. And charged. The Dreadmaw's charge shook the arena floor, claws carving sparks from reinforced steel. Several cadets backed away instinctively, their own bonded creatures sensing the incoming violence. Elias Ward did none of that. He didn't reach for a device. Didn't activate a field. Didn't brace to run. He lifted 2 fingers to his lips, and whistled. The sound was low and slow, drifting across the arena like wind through tall grass. Not sharp. Not commanding. Familiar. Grounded. The Dreadmaw skidded to a halt. Its claws dug trenches into the floor as its massive head tilted, confusion overtaking aggression. The ember glow in its eyes flickered. Elias whistled again. This time the note rose and fell gently, layered with subtle breaks in rhythm, a sound shaped by patience rather than fear. The same kind of whistle used to calm nervous animals on rain-soaked fields and stormy nights. Across the arena, something shifted. A Thrashclaw recoiled from its handler and turned its head. A psychic flutter disrupted a Mindborn's telepathic link. One by one, the creatures stopped responding to their assigned cadets. Instructor Carvex leaned forward. What is happening? Elias lowered himself slowly to one knee, making his posture smaller, non-threatening. His shoulders relaxed. His breathing steadied. He whistled a 3rd time, softer now. A tone that carried warmth, safety, and something older than language. Every creature in the arena turned toward him. The dread maw approached first, massive head lowering until it hovered inches from Elias's chest. Elias extended a hand, palm open, letting the creature smell him. His scent carried no dominance, no challenge, just calm. He scratched beneath the creature's jaw. The dread maw exhaled. Not a roar. Not a growl. Something closer to a purr. Around them, chaos became stillness. Beasts that moments ago threatened annihilation now gathered in a loose circle. Winged predators perched peacefully. Serpentine horrors coiled and rested. Psychic entities stabilized, their distortion fading. Cadets stared in disbelief as their bonds dissolved, not in panic, but in trust redirected. Carvex descended rapidly, his authority shaken. "This is impossible," he whispered. "You are controlling them all." Elias shook his head gently, fingers still moving against the dreadmaw's armored hide. "No, sir," he said quietly. "I'm not controlling anything." Elias stood slowly, the dreadmaw rising with him, remaining close, protective, not possessive. The ring of creatures adjusted their positions, maintaining a respectful distance. The arena was silent. "I grew up on a farm," Elias continued, his voice steady. "No tech. No enhancements. Just animals that could hurt you if you didn't pay attention." He glanced around at the stunned cadets and instructors. "Back home, we learned something early. You can't dominate life into obedience. You earn trust by understanding what fear looks like before it turns into violence." Instructor Carvex's limbs trembled. "Explain." Elias gestured toward the beasts. "They all understand the same things. Tone. Posture. Intent. Whether you see them as tools, or as living beings that want to survive." He knelt again, and the creatures mirrored his calm. "Most species here use power, psychic, chemical, mechanical. Humans never had that luxury. We survived by listening. By watching. By learning when to step forward, and when to stay still." A mind-born cadet whispered, voice shaking. "You didn't form one bond." Elias smiled faintly. "I didn't have to." Carvex activated his recorder, hands unsteady. "Every creature in this arena has responded to you," he said. "Simultaneously. This has never occurred in 8,000 years." Elias whistled once more, a dismissive, reassuring note. The creatures began drifting back toward their original handlers, calmer than they had ever been recorded. Bonds reformed effortlessly, fear replaced with trust. The dreadmaw lingered last. Elias rested his forehead briefly against the creature's plated brow. "Good job," he murmured. When it finally returned to containment, the arena felt smaller. Carvex straightened, his voice carrying reverence now instead of disdain. "This evaluation is concluded," he announced. "Cadet Ward, you have redefined xenobiology." Whispers followed Elias as he exited the arena. Not fear. Respect. Elias Ward graduated top of his class. His thesis, Cross-Species Emotional Recognition Through Non-Dominant Interaction, became mandatory reading across 3 sectors within a year. Training protocols were rewritten. Bonding tests redesigned. The galaxy had learned something unsettling. Humanity's greatest strength wasn't technology. It was empathy forged by survival. Instructor Carvex later addressed a symposium of senior xenobiologists. "We believed power created control," he admitted. "Humans showed us that understanding creates cooperation." Elias declined military offers. Declined research command positions. He chose fieldwork instead, teaching, observing, listening. Wherever he went, creatures responded. Not because he commanded them, but because he saw them. And across the galaxy, a quiet truth spread, whispered in academies, research halls, and starships alike. When the instructor ordered bond with your creature, the human whistled. And the universe answered.